The Little Rabbit Who Learned to Share. Once upon a time, in a sunny meadow surrounded by tall oak trees, there lived a little rabbit named Benny. Benny had soft brown fur, bright, curious eyes, and ears that twitched whenever he heard something interesting. He lived in a cozy burrow with his mama and papa, and he had everything a little rabbit could want. Benny loved carrots more than anything else in the whole wide world. Every morning, he would hop out to the garden behind their burrow and munch on the sweetest, crunchiest carrots he could find. His mama always made sure there were plenty of carrots for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. One bright spring morning, Benny was enjoying his favorite orange carrot when he heard a soft crying sound coming from near the old apple tree. He twitched his ears and listened carefully. The crying was coming from a small, gray mouse who was sitting all alone under the tree. Benny hopped over, still holding his delicious carrot. "Hello?" he said to the little mouse. "Why are you crying?" The mouse looked up with tears in her tiny black eyes. "My name is Lucy," she said in a squeaky voice. "I'm so very hungry, but I can't find any food anywhere. I've been looking all morning, but there's nothing left in the fields." Benny looked down at his perfect carrot, then back at Lucy. The carrot smelled so good, and he had been looking forward to eating every single bite. "Oh," he said, taking a step back, "that's too bad." But instead of offering to help, Benny turned around and hopped away to finish his carrot in private. The next day, Benny found Lucy crying in the same spot. This time, she looked even thinner and sadder than before. "Please," Lucy said when she saw Benny, "do you know where I might find just a tiny bit of food? I haven't eaten in 2 days." Again, Benny was carrying his morning carrot. It was perfectly crisp and orange, just the way he liked it. He thought about giving Lucy a piece, but then he remembered how hungry he would be later. "Sorry," he said, and hopped away quickly. On the 3rd day, something different happened. As Benny was eating his carrot near the vegetable garden, he heard a loud rumbling sound. The ground began to shake, and suddenly a big truck came rolling through the meadow. The truck accidentally knocked over the fence around Benny's family garden and drove right through all the carrot patches. When the dust settled, Benny looked around in shock. All the carrots were gone, crushed under the truck's big wheels or scattered far away. His family's entire food supply was ruined. Benny's mama and papa came out of their burrow, looking very worried. "Oh no," said Mama. "What will we eat now? It will take weeks to grow new carrots." For the first time in his life, Benny felt truly hungry. His tummy rumbled loudly, and he realized how awful it must feel to have no food at all. He thought about little Lucy, who had been hungry for days while he had been eating his fill. That afternoon, Benny's tummy was growling so loudly that he could barely think about anything else. He was searching desperately for any food he could find when he heard a familiar squeaky voice. "Benny! Benny, over here!" It was Lucy, and she was running toward him carrying something in her tiny paws. When she reached him, Benny saw that she was holding half of a small acorn. "I heard about what happened to your garden. Lucy said, breathing hard from running. "I know you must be very hungry. I found this acorn this morning, and I want to share it with you." Benny stared at the little mouse in amazement. Lucy had been hungry for days, and now she was offering to share her food with him, even after he had refused to help her when she needed it most. "But Lucy," Benny said softly, "you've been hungry much longer than I have. You should keep the whole acorn for yourself." Lucy smiled, her whiskers twitching. "Food always tastes better when you share it with a friend," she said. "Besides, my mama taught me that when we help each other, we all feel happier inside." Benny felt his heart grow warm. He realized that Lucy was right. Sharing did make everything better. "Thank you, Lucy," he said. "You're very kind, but I have an idea. Let's work together to find more food, and then we can share everything we find." From that day forward, Benny and Lucy became the very best of friends. They spent every day searching for food together, and they always shared whatever they found. Lucy showed Benny where to find sweet berries and nuts, while Benny used his strong legs to dig up roots and bulbs that Lucy couldn't reach. When Benny's family garden finally grew back, the first thing Benny did was invite Lucy and her family to share in the harvest. They had wonderful dinners together, and Benny discovered that Lucy was right. Food really did taste better when shared with friends. When we share what we have with others, especially those who have less than us, we not only help them, but also make our own lives richer and more joyful. True happiness comes from kindness and generosity, not from keeping everything for ourselves.